Hi and welcome to this Autoemotional presentation for a pretty much what seems like a brand new Ford Escape. Now this is in fact a 2016 model, but it really is just not only fully loaded, we keep finding bits and bobs and gadgets and gizmos on this vehicle that we didn't even realize were even options on this car. And again, a very, very clean, tidy vehicle with super low mileage, and we really do mean super low mileage. This thing only has ticked over the 20,000 kilometer mark, and as you can see, is in fabulous, fabulous condition. Single expat lady owner from new. Selling only because she's relocating, and unfortunately she can't take her prize possession away with her. Really does have a huge amount of gadgets and gizmos to go through. This is of course the SE EcoBoost model, which means not only do you get fuel economy, but you get a very punchy engine. It's surprisingly brisk, this particular vehicle, and as you can see from any angle, really does look like the current 2019 shape as well. Beautiful color on this metallic blue as well, and you've also got nice touches with the chrome wheels and the chrome vent guards as well, the louvered bonnet, integrated factory fog lights, power folding mirrors, the brushed aluminium roof rails, and that huge panoramic roof as well. Lots of toys on this thing. As soon as you open the door, you'll notice the mirrors do fold out by themselves as well. Unmarked leather interior, totally unmarked. And you do have some of these vehicles with a half leather trim. This has the full leather trim. Of course, electric seats, fully operational as you'd expect from a vehicle that's in such fantastic condition. Leather even on the armrests in the rear. You can fold these seats down in their 60/40 configuration. Just pull it across there and you can see you've even got this half floor cover, so when these seats do fold down you have a totally flat load bed. Very, very good for load lugging. Rear bench seat also has the armrest with the cup holders as well. And because they're a 60/40, you can have load in the boot as well as a load of passengers in the rear as well. And even for the kids in the rear bench, there's so much glass, and in this vehicle it doesn't get hot, ice cold, and I mean ice cold AC, but also of course you got that pan roof and the pan cover, so the kids absolutely love it. Remote tailgate off the key, so simply press it twice and it opens up very, very conveniently. Of course, if you've got goods in your hand as well. And as mentioned, 60/40 folding seats. Also got that rear load cover as well, so in case you do have precious items in the back and you don't want any eyes on them, you have that facility as well. Underneath, of course, tools totally unused, spare tire unused in the original factory bag too. And of course, if you want to close the tailgate, simply press the key twice. Not only can you do it off the little button there, but from the key fob as well. And as mentioned, 3M protected glass throughout. Lovely level of tinting, so stays nice and cool, but at the same time has that prestige look about it as well. SE EcoBoost, honestly one of the best engines out there, surprisingly nimble for what these engines are. Now fitted even to the big cousin of this, of course, the Raptor, and that still gets that monster going. So on this thing, it doesn't even break a sweat. Lovely angles on this car as well. When the doors close, you'll see that all these lines kind of flow into each other, so very, very ergonomic. You jump in and everything just falls to hand. It's a Ford at the end of the day. These guys do know a thing or two about building vehicles, considering these were the guys who actually started the trend of getting us all in automobiles. So jumping into this vehicle, so lots of options. Again, this one has the push button start. Some of them are still on the traditional key style, so you have your engine start stop button there. Foot on the brake, you'll see absolutely all the warning lights come on and they all go off as they are intended to, of course. So starting from the driver's door, electric windows where you can cut the power to the rear as well in case you do have the little ones in the back. Not going to demonstrate those, they're fully working, of course. Electric mirrors, that being the drivers, switch it across, that being the passengers, and they are of course power folding, as you can see there. So even when you lock the vehicle, they close in, which means anyone trying to get around you is going to find it that much easier. Factory fitted fog lights as well, can control the illumination and fog lights, adjust the headlights depending on your load bearing. You've got cruise control in this vehicle, which is very, very simple to use. Simply press it and it's on. You can scroll through the entire cluster. So to give you an idea of what this vehicle has, you have not one but 2 trip computers, also information and settings, and lots of things that you can go through when you scroll through these menus, telling you how many occupants, seat belts are on or not. Of course, intelligent all-wheel drive on this vehicle, very handy here in the Middle East, of course. System check, 0 messages because the car is in just perfect running order. This does also have the balance of service, I believe, till 2020. We will detail that for you, and as you can see, just ticked over 21,000 kilometers there as well. Airbag, of course, and all audio controls on your steering column as well, not only on the dashboard where they do fall to hand. Of course, for copyright, we never demonstrate the audio. Trust us, it sounds very good. You've of course got CD, radio, auxiliary, and this is the sync system, so you do have the phone connectivity there as well. And also very handy, when you put it in reverse, you do of course get the rear camera as well. Very clear little screen on this thing, actually, very clear. So very handy for all the families out there as well. Ice cold AC, and one little thing to mention, you know, tiny little things just to show you how well people take care of their vehicles. Even after just a very small little 20,000 kilometer run, the vehicle still has the plastic here on it. So whoever gets to buy the car does get to take that off. So worth buying for itself. Ice cold AC, traditionally now on Autoemotional, as we demonstrate, you can't feel it, but you certainly can hear it. You certainly can on this thing. Honestly, it's a hot day today here in the lovely state of Dubai, but we've got it on 1. That is absolutely all you need. AC, ice cold. Now, not only do you have the normal automatic gear, you of course have the sports as well, and you also have the Triptronic, which is just simply off the plus and minus here as well. So if you do feel like you're being in a racy mode, especially with this EcoBoost engine, you can simply engage plus and minus up and down the gear pattern by simply pressing the buttons that fall very conveniently to hand. Cigarette lighter, which I doubt has ever been used as well, and inside the cubby hole you also have the USB and the aux input as well, so lots of connectivity for your phone on this vehicle as well. And there you go, as mentioned previously, great lines, very fluid design here, kind of cutting edge as well, I suppose, for 2016. Lots of illumination in the vehicle, but the best thing that I do love, I must admit, is these pan roofs. They absolutely transform the vehicle. So that's only halfway. Press it again and you just have that absolutely massive panoramic roof which fills the light with cabin. Such a nice feature. And we'll step outside the vehicle and wrap the video up, but they are lots of buyers for these vehicles, but very hard to get hold of one with such low mileage. I mean, for me, practically, this is how you buy a car, because it's already been broken into. It's still got that service balance as well, and in this gorgeous blue hue with those light tints as well by 3M, it makes for such a perfect vehicle, especially with the balance of work, service, contract with Ford as well. One single lady expat owner, which unfortunately is having to leave our lovely Emirate, but someone's gonna purchase her vehicle and be very, very happy with it. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for watching this presentation by Autoemotional.